This was a shocker. And I will tell you in the 617 area code right now, they are really pissed. Red Sox fan. Boston trades Raf Devers. His batting average, his home runs, his big contract, and his bad attitude. They go to San Francisco in a 4-for-1 trade. I don't think that they got equal value immediately. And I think the thing that really galls everybody that goes to Fenway Park at this hour, the Red Sox just beat the holy hell out of the Yankees in back-to-back series. And then they turn around and they trade their big bat, their veteran all-star MVP bat, Raf Devers, to San Francisco. They get young left-handed pitcher Kyle Harrison. They get relief pitcher Jordan Hicks, who they tried to make a starter, had some good times and not good times, but he'll help Boston. Harrison has kind of regressed as a young left-hander, is back in the minor leagues. They get themselves the number 1 draft pick from a year ago, kid in Class A ball. It's hitting like 245 with 12 home runs already in his first half season in organized ball, and they get a very good rookie league pitcher. But they don't get stuff that's going to keep them in the American League East pennant race right now. The Giants get a monster bat. They get him after the acquisition of Willy Adames. And the rest of that roster, the pitching staff's really good. It's been lacking offensively. It's been anemic. But now you add Rafael Devers to it. Now, I'm going to throw this question at you. And don't say that I'm hating on the Giants now. Devers put up phenomenal numbers. But that was Fenway Park. That's the pesky foul pole. That's the green monster. He's going to Oracle Park, or even Barry Bonds would tell you I couldn't hit in this damn place. So will Devers' statistics be influenced by going to San Francisco and playing in that yard rather than Fenway Park? So what do you think about the trade? Who won the deal? Does the location impact Devers more than anybody's paying any attention to? Go ahead.
I think this is a huge win-win-win-win. Devers wins. The players that got traded to Boston wins, okay? And the Giants win. I mean, everyone seems to be so much better off by this deal. I mean, start with the Red Sox. You know, Devers has turned into a cancer, bad energy, lots of, public shaming on social media. They're kind of underwater on that contract. It wasn't an attractive deal. So let's just get rid of him. And, they got Marcelo Meyer, the kid from Eastlake High School in Chula Vista, and he's like a shortstop. He could probably play third. So they've got other guys.
They got Roman Anthony. They're going to get Cassis back next year. I mean, they've got a real dynamic collection of young kids, but they're really young.
But then they have Bregman too, don't they?
Well, he's still on the DL.
Yeah, so Bregman will eventually come back. So it's going to be fine. They're going to be able to replace Devers in the field, and maybe not all of the bat. But I'll tell you what, that Harrison kid from the Giants is a hell of a prospect. He was like the Giants' #1 for the last few years. And, they kind of unload that Jordan Hicks deal because that hasn't really panned out for San Francisco. So I see this as a huge win for both teams. And now suddenly the Giants are even more competitive, but they've already got a third baseman. They've got, what's his name? Matt
Chapman.
Matt Chapman. Yeah. So now Devers is going to have to do the same thing.
Well, he's going to be the DH, and Wilmer Flores is going to first base. That's what I was told.
Okay.
But my cousin from Boston emailed me and said, yeah, these are the same people, Fenway Sports Group, John Henry, the new general manager, Craig Breslow. These are the same people that traded away Chris Sale, traded away Mookie Betts, traded away Adrian Gonzalez. They're making Boston a mid-size market rather than its New England version of Evil Empire, because they pared the payroll down a great deal.
Yeah. In a lot of ways, the Red Sox and the Padres are similar as the Yankees and Dodgers are. I mean, I can totally see that. But think about this. The other angle is that the Dodgers got Mookie, we got Xander. Now Devers goes to the Giants. So they all go to the NL West. But someone online said, you know what, though, the Padres made out the best because we also got Don Orsillo. And that's kind of a cool comment.
That's true. But Orsillo doesn't pitch every fifth day nor hit.
Oh, I've seen him play second base, man.
Not well either. Okay, that's all things. You're a baseball fan. Red Sox, Giants. who got the best of this deal. This was a shocker.
Big time.
And the fact that it happened, what did your dumbass co-host say to you last Thursday about here comes a trade deadline?
Oh, yeah.
I said, new breed of general managers
Yeah.
making trades a lot earlier. They're not waiting until July 31st. So San Francisco gets Rafael Devers now. They're going to get him for 6 weeks before the trade deadline.
Yeah, young GM Buster Posey breaking out.
Okay, next topic here, Major League Baseball.
Okay, yeah, here we got the notebook, and we got a couple more teams to cover.
Washington. I don't know why he'd say this. Maybe fans would stand up in the nation's capital and say, way to go, Dave Martinez. Man, it creates some real problems in the clubhouse. Washington is struggling. They just don't have enough pitching. Washington's got a lot of good young players in their everyday lineup, led by a whole bunch of guys that the Padres dealt in the Juan Soto deal. But they're not winning consistently. They're struggling, scuffling to get to 500. Dave Martinez said last night, stop blaming the coaches and the manager. The players win or lose games. It came from Dave Martinez, threw his players under the bus. You're 37-38, and it's on you. It's not on the coaches and on the manager, Dave Martinez. So that's a bit of a stunner. Yankees. Well, Aaron Judge had a bad weekend. 1 for 12 for Aaron Judge. Struck out 9 times. Help's on the way, though. Yankees play the Angels tonight at New York. And Giancarlo Stanton is activated after hitting .351 in rehab. He, of course, had the double elbow problems in spring training with the torn tendons in both elbows because he swung a leaded bat all winter long. Anyhow, Stanton is back. So now you got Judge, Stanton, and the 300 hitting Paul Goldschmidt. So Yankees are feeling a little bit better about themselves. Big setback Mets. Mets have been a real surprise to me. I just didn't think they have enough pitching to do this, but they're hitting really well without Juan Soto. But the Mets lose Kodai Senga. Disabled list, hamstring. Yeah. He's the ace of their staff. That's the second injury he's had this season. So we'll see if the Mets give ground because they don't have a hell of a lot of pitching. Not a lot of sexy names in that Mets rotation, but they lose Kodai Senga. So anything about Dave Martinez throwing his players under the bus?
You know, he might be right, but you just don't say that. And, it's interesting because when we listen to the post-game pressers from Mike Schilt, he goes out of his way not to throw his guys under the bus, and you'll find people to praise. So, but it is interesting too, because we've been, going through a little bit of buyer's remorse on that Soto deal with the Nationals, seeing all of our former Padres doing well, but now we're hearing that maybe they're not doing as well.
They don't have enough.
Okay.
That's more than just C.J. Abrams or Robert Woods or James Woods or Hassel, or they just don't have enough players there, and that's on Mike Rizzo and the organization.
Did you see the Senga injury?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it was weird. I mean, he went to cover first base and he had to lunge and then move his leg back, and yeah, that was like who made the throw? It was the polar bear, Pete Alonso, I think.
Yeah, the first baseman picked the ball up and
flipped
it to the pitcher running to the bag, trying to stretch back.
Just the pitchers are so tightly wound, like any little weirdness gets them injured.
Okay, that's all things baseball. Fans Forum chat box is open. Notably, talk about the Red Sox San Francisco Giants deal.